Good morning, my dear friends. Yesterday, we completed various steps present in artificial hybridation according to the content given in sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Now, again, we are going to discuss what are the steps present in artificial hybridation or hybridation crop improvement method according to strategies for enhancement in food production content. Okay, so this is according to the content present in or description present in strategies for enhancement in food production under the heading plant breeding or crop improvement. Okay, so first step is to produce a variety with genetic variations, genetic variability by means of a hybridation method or crop improvement method. Our objective is to produce a genetic variety with agronomically desirable traits or characters. Okay, so first given heading is a collection of variability. What is that? Collection of variability. Okay, so the given statement, first statement in the textbook is genetic variability is root cause. For variations, the main one is genetic is the root, means main one. Okay, so genetic variability is the main cause for any plant breeding program. To produce a hybrid variety, definitely it depends on genetic makeup of that organism or concerned plant species. Okay, so according to molecular basis of inheritance, genotype. What is genotype? Genetic makeup of an organism or genetic material. For example, here I'm taking a DNA molecule. This is a DNA molecule, genetic material, DNA molecule, double stranded DNA molecule. Along the length of DNA, a number of genes are present. Gene 1, gene 2, many genes are present. Gene 1, just this is a dummy one only, not the real one. Like that, many genes are present. Gene 1, 2, 3, 4. Many genes are present. Okay, so here, for example, each gene is coding for a particular enzyme, whatever the type of enzyme. So this gene is concerned with expression of a phenotype, a particular phenotype, a trait, concerned with a phenotypic trait. And this one concerned with second trait or character. This is dummy one only, not the real one. Just I am giving this one to understand the concept. So according to our knowledge, the genetic material is able to decide characteristics of organisms. Okay, so A type of trait, B type of trait, C type of character, D type of character. Okay, right? So out of all these four, agronomically desirable. So this one is a desirable character, desirable. Undesirable, undesirable. D is desirable. So according to our evaluation, the DNA of that plant, whatever the type of plant, is having certain number of genes. Out of 4 genes, how many are desirable according to our evaluation of genetic material? Desirable, desirable. Okay, only 2 are desirable. So what is our objective? We have to bring these 2 desirable characteristics into hybrid. Hybrid with desirable characters. Desirable traits. Now you got what is a genetic variability. Genetic variability is root. That is the main one. Just by manipulating genetic material only, we are able to change phenotypic characteristics. For example, in our body, skin color depends on a pigment. That pigment is well known to you, melanin pigment, concentration of melanin pigment. So the concentration of melanin pigment depends on expression of a certain number of genes. Okay, so variation in skin color is because of variations in the concerned gene. Variation means the amount of pigment produced depends on genes. Okay, so genetic variability is root cause, main cause for so-called variations. So simply genetic material. We have to evaluate genetic material. Evaluation of genetic material. Simply before purchasing a textbook, you have to check the content. You have to evaluate the content. Okay, so if the book is the best one, you will go and purchase the book. Or a new movie is released, 10 movies released, not only one movie. Definitely, we will take feedback from the person who watched that movie. Which movie is best one? This one, this one, this one. We are evaluating on that. And we are selecting certain number of movies only, not all 10 movies. 1 or 2 or 3 movies, best movies. Okay, right? So here, genetic variability is root cause for any plant breeding program. So we have collection of variability is very, very important. What is that collection of genetic variability? Okay, so desirable genes, agronomically desirable genes, agronomically desirable genes are present in wild varieties of the concerned crop, wild varieties and relatives of that crop, and allied related plant species. Okay, right? So that desirable characteristics, desirable DNA present in old varieties. Generally, our grandparents, wild one, ancestors, definitely they are very resistant. Okay, physically very strong. Okay, mentally very strong, genetically very strong. They are having a number of wild characteristics, desirable characteristics. Do you know Seventh Sense movie? Seventh Sense movie that was based on biotechnological concept of recombinant DNA, transfer of DNA from the grandparent of that hero. Grandparent of that hero was Bodhidharma. Okay, so they preserved the genetic material DNA of Bodhidharma. After that, they selected, okay, they traced out hero, concerned individual, his grandson. After that, the DNA of that hero was replaced by the DNA of his grandparent. Wild parent or not? Bodhidharma ancestor. Is or not? So like that, genetic variability means desirable genes. Genetic variability means here desirable genes are present in grandparents, means wild parents, ancestors. So we have to find out all those relatives, plants, those which are having agronomically desirable characteristics. Okay. And next one, evaluation. Evaluation of agronomically desirable genes. Evaluation of quality. Simple, I'm using quality. Quality of the above wild parents, above source parents. Evaluation of quality of source. Here source means source parents. Source of a valuable genetic material. So in the pre-existing, already available. Pre-existing means already available. Already, for example, take a cotton crop. Nowadays, we are cultivating BT cotton or some other cotton. Definitely, that cotton was from one wild variety. Once upon a time, we domesticated. Okay, so trace out a so-called wild variety of this cotton plant and evaluate the genetic material of that one. How many? What about the total number of desirable characteristics? So, evaluation and checking of genetic material of those parents is prerequisite. First requirement. Okay, so phenotype of any organism depends on genotype only. So we have to check the genetic material. Okay, is it clear? Right? Now, last word given one is germplasm collection. What is a germplasm? How to understand a germplasm? What is this germplasm? How to define a germplasm? Okay, is it clear? Up to here, everything fine? Now we have to discuss germplasm collection with the help of some flowchart. With the help of that, you can understand what is a germplasm collection. Okay, is it clear? Wait, hang on. Okay, so what is a germplasm? The given statement in your textbook, collection of plant parts, plant parts, propagules, in seeds, gametes also. Why not? Gametes also. Okay, so all these plant parts are with all alleles of all genes of that concerned crop, collectively called as germplasm collection. Already I told you, gene. Gene is a segment of DNA that codes for a particular phenotypic character, and that gene is with various forms. Various forms are present. So forms of a gene collectively called as alleles. Alleles. Go back to 10th class, you can understand. A gene that codes for increase or decrease in the length of physum sativum plant. That is capital T crossed with small t. Their capital T dominant alleles of that gene. Small t recessive alleles of that gene. So we have to collect various plant parts or directly plant also. But it is better to collect seeds, pollen grains, male gametes, ovules. Easy to collect. So they have to represent, means having all the alleles of all the genes of that crop. See how to understand a so-called germplasm collection. Here I'm taking one example. Example is a cotton crop. Cotton. Example is take one cotton crop. Okay. So before starting artificial hybridization, we have to check all the relatives, wild varieties of cotton crop concerned one. And what are the countries where we are cultivating so-called cotton? For example, in our country, India. So we are cultivating cotton, India. Like that, certain number of countries. Next, China also. Some other countries, Sri Lanka. And Pakistan. Like that, takes certain number of countries. I don't know exactly whether they are cultivating or not. Just I'm taking this. Generally, they are cultivating. Okay. So cotton, or some other areas. Take more number of areas. Here, our objective is we have to select all plants of that cotton crop growing everywhere. From all the localities, we have to collect. Okay, so cotton plants from India, cotton plants from China, cotton plants from not cotton, cotton plants cotton plants and some other areas from the forest also if they are available. So from India, we selected certain number of cotton plants. From China, certain number. From this one, certain number. From this one, certain number. And evaluate characteristics, all characteristics. Okay, for example, cotton plants coming from India having 10% desirable characteristics, for example only. Okay, and this one with a certain number, whatever the percentage, 20%, and this one 30%, and this one some percent, whatever the percentage, 30 or 40%, whatever the percentage. Don't decide my patriotism on the base of percentage given here. This is a dummy one. Okay, right? So the cotton plant, all the plants, whatever the plant we collected, plant group collected from India, having 10% desirable characteristics. Okay. So from all these plants, collect plant parts, seeds or pollen grains, seeds. Here I'm taking seeds. Seeds are pollen grains, and from this one also, seeds, pollen grains. Not only pollen grains, any propagule. You may take a vegetative propagules also, if possible. If possible. In cotton, generally there is no vegetative propagation. Of course, by means of tissue culture, we can perform it. That is different case. But given one is a seeds like that, follow this one, seeds, pollen, seeds, pollen. Okay, so the lab is in some country, some X country, whatever the country. So we have to bring seeds, pollen grains, male gametes, female gametes, ovules, any propagules from plants selected from India, China, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, some other countries. Okay, so all these are nothing but they represent, this one is germplasm. Now you got it? Okay, one desirable parent is present in India. One more desirable parent is present in China, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, America, some other countries. Okay, our objective is artificial hybridization to perform sexual reproduction to individuals required or not. Parent one in India, parent two in China, Sri Lanka, like that, like that. So we have to bring all these parents into one lab, testing lab. For that one, we can't collect the entire plant from each and every country. How to collect a total plant? Instead of that one, take the seed, pollen grain, male gamete, female gamete, ovules, collect propagules, take them after evaluation on. Okay. So now all these are available in the lab. And that lab is present in some country, whatever the country. For example, I'm taking America, that lab. So certain number of scientists present in the lab of America collected germplasm from cotton crops, cotton plants from India, China, Sri Lanka, Pakistan. Okay, right? Is it clear? So that is about a collection of germplasm. This is the way to understand. Otherwise, you have to buy it. Okay, right? So we have to cross plants coming from India with China. Okay, product produced. That one with Sri Lankan variety, and product produced. That one with Pakistan variety. Like continue it. Definitely, we can bring 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, for example, only. All these characters, maximum extent into one variety. See, what is our objective here? As a plant breeder, for example, myself is a plant breeder, to bring maximum number of desirable characteristics present in cotton plants, all cotton plants into one variety. Okay, is it clear? For example, we are teaching, myself, I am teaching botany. Get information from other botany faculty also, not only from my knowledge. Collect from botany faculty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Definitely, your heart, your conscience will be enriched with a diversity of botany knowledge. Definitely, you can crack the NEET. Okay, I'm not ultimate, but if you are able to collect information of all the botany faculty members, you will be the best academic hybrid. Is it or not? Same thing. Okay, right? Is it clear? So that is about a collection of genetic variability. Next one. Next step onwards is only first step is problematic. What about the second one? The second one is Evaluation and selection of parents. Evaluation and selection of parents. What is that evaluation? For example, we got a certain number of seeds from India, our country, China, some other country. Okay. And all these seeds are sown in the soil, seedling developed, plants produced. So out of that germplasm, we have to develop certain number of progeny plants. Out of all these progeny plants, we have to select a certain number of plants as parents. We have to evaluate. How to evaluate it? On the basis of phenotypic characteristics. Definitely, we can evaluate more number of branches, more number of leaves, more number of flowers, more number of seeds, more is the yield. Okay, who is able to check genetic material of that one? Generally on the basis of phenotype or not. నేను మంచోడినా కాదు అని ఎట్లా చెప్తాను? నా జెనెటిక్ మెటీరియల్ ఏమన్నా తోవి తీస్తారా? ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది మీకు? On the basis of my behavior, my characteristics only. Okay, so on the basis of our phenotypic characteristics, we are able to judge something present here. Is or not? Who is able to dig and take out the genetic material? It's not possible. So evaluate on the basis, of course, according to textbook, evaluate the genetic material. Scientific people, scientists can do that one. Okay, so scientists are able to evaluate the genetic material of that one. Okay, what about a normal, not scientists or scholars, those who are not able to evaluate this one? Generally on the basis of phenotypic characteristics only. Okay, but according to the textbook, analyze the genetic material, evaluate the parent on the basis of its genetic material, and select parents with the highest number of agronomically desirable characteristics. And after that, after selection of parents, emasculation. Here emasculation is not given, but emasculation is required. Emasculation or no. If flowers are bisexual, emasculation is required. Okay, so after that, fourth step I'm taking. Actually here, emasculation was not given. It depends. Okay, right? What about a fourth step, third step actually? Third step given, cross hybridization among the selected parents. Cross hybridization among the selected parents. Artificial xenogamous type of cross pollination. For example, A, B. Transfer of pollen grains from A to B. That is a xenogamous type of cross pollination. It involves xenogamy. Xenogamy. That is a true cross pollination. Go back to sexual reproduction in flowering plants, self-pollination, geitonogamy are not able to bring pollen grains with genetic variability. But what about xenogamy able to bring pollen grains with genetic variability was given. So this is a true cross pollination. So what type of pollination we have to use? Artificial hybridization that involves xenogamous type of cross pollination. We have to take a certain number of pollen grains from the anther of male parent, and we have to transfer those pollen grains onto the stigma of female one. Okay, and before this one more. Wait. Bagging also. I think bagging here is not given, but use bagging. Bagging is mandated. This one is not mandatory. It depends on sexuality of the flower. Bagging is compulsory. I will give you flow chart for both the things. Don't worry. Okay. So here, for example, parent one, first parent. What about first parent? A with more protein quantity according to your textbook. More protein. And second parent with disease resistant. Disease resistance. So what is our objective? To bring these two genes concerned with more protein and disease resistant into C variety. Now C is with more protein plus disease resistance. Okay, that is our objective. Okay, right? Is it clear? So like that, we should continue hybridation between A, B, and B with C. Like that, so many plants we selected. Continue it. So we can produce a hybrid variety, definitely hybrid variety, after 100, after few hundreds or 1,000 crosses. Definitely we can produce one or certain number of hybrid varieties out of few hundred crosses or thousands of crosses made among the parents. So it is a time-consuming process. Time-consuming or not? We have to select the parent, evaluation, emasculation, bagging, transfer of pollen grains, more number of labor required. These are the limitations of artificial hybridation or not? Time-consuming. We have to cross so many plants, not only two parents. Okay, so couples of parents are required to bring maximum number of desirable characteristics into one variety. So time-consuming one, tedious, means a lot of work we have to done. Means collection of parents, transfer of pollen grains, more labor required. We have to wait for prolonged period or not. So these are certain number of limitations, constraints of artificial hybridation. Okay, and one more thing. At the time of crossing, are you able to transfer only desirable characteristics from from A and B into C? Before this one, I gave you DNA with certain number of genes, desirable, undesirable, desirable, and undesirable. Are you able to transfer by means of artificial hybridation? Definitely, we are not able to transfer only desirable characteristics. Along with the desirable genes, undesirable genes also going into C variety. A is having certain number of desirable characteristics, undesirable characteristics. B with certain number of desirable characteristics, undesirable characteristics. But our objective is to bring more number of desirable characteristics. In single attempt, it is not possible. Attempt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 30, 40. Okay. So here, next limitation is a transfer of undesirable genes along with the desirable genes. Okay, so by means of this one, not easy, not possible, impossible to transfer only one particular gene, For that one, we have to cross a number of plants for number of generations. So that is the major limitation of artificial hybridation, along with the desirable, undesirable also moving. Go back to apomixis. Seeds produced by means of artificial hybridation and the seeds produced by means of apomixis. For example, apomictic seeds with 100% desirable characteristics. Same characteristics will be continued if we use apomictic seeds. But what about seeds produced by means of artificial hybridation? Their given statement are segregation of characteristics. Segregation of characteristics. During meiosis, segregation of genes. Okay, recombining of genes. Okay, so that's why whatever the seed produced by means of a hybrid seed, is it able to retain a so-called desirable characteristics for a number of generations? No. Every time farmer have to purchase hybrid seeds from the market. Link this one with that one also. Okay. So that is about cross hybridization among the selected parents. Next step, selection testing of superior recombinants. Selection and testing of superior recombinants. Okay, so here this step is a crucial step. This step is a crucial step. Out of thousands of progeny plants produced by a number of grasses, we have to select certain number of plants with the highest number of desirable characteristics. So this one is very crucial. Okay. So selection and testing, we have to test it. The genetic material. What about the quality of that genetic material? Whether it is having highest number of desirable genes or not. So this step is a crucial step. So here it involves artificial selection. We have to select plants with desirable characteristics. So testing completed, selection completed. Next one. Last one. Given one. Testing, release. Testing. Again, testing is given. What is that? Testing, we'll see. Testing, release, and recommendation. Recommendation. Commercialization also given, not recommendation. Commercialization given. Testing, release, commercialization. Commercialization of superior variety. Okay. For example, I have some industry, seed industry, and we developed the best superior variety, tested. After that, we have to release, recommend. We have to recommend all farmers. We have to inform, better inform about our seed qualities. Okay, so we have to sell all these seeds to concerned farmer for cultivation. Okay, before that one, what we have to do? Okay, so we have to test all these plants, lab testing. We have to test all these plants in the lab where we develop these varieties, grow them, observe them, test them. What about the quality of that one? Okay, after completion of lab test, we selected certain number of hybrids, certain number of hybrids. Lab to next land. Lab to land means agricultural lands, farmlands. Okay, so lab test completed, successful. Next one is a farm testing. So we have to test that variety at least at 3 growing seasons, 3 seasons. For example, rainy season, winter season, summer season. Is it able to grow in rainy season or not? Winter season or not? Summer season or not? Okay, so if the variety is able to grow in rainy season, winter season, summer season, that is a best variety. So we have to select a hybrid variety which is able to grow in all 3 growing seasons. and we have to test growth and development of that variety in all agroclimatic regions present in that country. For example, India, for example. Okay, so definitely maximum number of states are cultivating cotton. So we have to check that variety in all agroclimatic regions. Hyderabad, one type of agroclimatic region. My village, one type of agroclimatic region. So it is variable or not. We have to check that variety whether it is able to grow in Mahabubnagar district, Medak district, Nizamabad, like that. We have to test in all agroclimatic regions where that crop is usually grown, because we have to supply that seed to concerned farmer or not. Okay, is it clear? So finally, farm test completed, cultivar produced. Cultivar. Cultivar means hybrid variety with cultivable plant. We have to check this new variety with the pre-existing variety, reference variety, check variety, check cultivar. We have to check it. Yesterday already I told you, phone one, phone two, use that knowledge. Okay, so we have to check a new variety with the existing variety. What is that existing variety? Check variety, reference variety, or cultivar. After checking, the result was, means final conclusion was the new cultivar, new hybrid variety was with the highest number of desirable characteristics. So this one with 95% desirable characteristics. And what about reference check cultivar? Reference cultivar. Reference cultivar is with, for example, 70% desirable characteristics. So definitely new cultivar is agronomically desirable. That is a hybrid. Okay, so vigor of new one is more than the vigor of this one. Replace this one with the new variety. Okay, so these are the steps present in artificial hybridization given under the heading strategies for enhancement in food production. Okay, today enough, and we will meet again. And after this, we will discuss what about the achievements, what we achieved out of artificial hybridization. Go back to introduction part. Many varieties we developed by means of domestication was given. Whatever the highest number of hybrids are there in the market, they were produced by means of artificial hybridization. Okay, we will see what about the achievements, what we achieved, what type of hybrids we developed by means of artificial hybridization in the next class. Okay, bye. See you. We'll meet again. Okay.